We often think of children during Christmas time, making sure they have a gift under the tree. But one local senior care facility makes sure seniors are not forgotten about during the holidays.
23 News reporter Miriam Niesmeyer talks with Home Instead employees about their Be a Santa for a Senior program.
Not everyone is lucky enough to receive a present on Christmas Day. Home Instead General Manager Sarah Oakley says seniors are typically forgotten about, which is why they provide the Be a Santa to a Senior program.
So there's trees, Christmas trees set up similar to this with paper bulbs on the tree that display different items that a senior may need, maybe personal hygiene products, slippers, bathrobes, just fun items to celebrate the holiday season and bring some joy to them that may not have been there.
Members of the community can pick out a bulb, shop for a senior, and donate the gifts to the Home Instead office in Rockford, the Flower Bin in Belvedere, Medlux Rehab, or Chicago Fittings Corporation in Beloit.
We had a goal of about 300 gifts, and we've surpassed that goal and reached probably about 400 plus that will be donated to the Rockford community.
We used to have one box. Now you look at our office, we have 4 tables set up. We have stations of wrapping. We already have folks that have come in first thing this morning, and they plan around this now.
Donations are welcome until December 20th at 5 p.m. After that, the elves will be busy delivering gifts to facilities in Rockford like Greencastle and the Veterans Drop-Off Center through the holiday.
I think it's important to remember those that maybe aren't, involved in all the parties and gatherings that we normally are doing.
Working for you in Rockford, Miriam Niesmeyer, 23 News.
This year, Home Instead received more donations and volunteers than ever. Now Walmart in Belvedere is doubling every donation. How great is that?
Awesome. Very great.